What's up everyone, this is George from Your Local Musician, and today what I want to do is introduce you to my good friend Charlie from Battl Beats, who's actually the one who's recently helped me to put together our behemoth of a sample pack, Anthology. And I'm going to hand this video over to him now to obviously show you how he uses Anthology and how he arranged the chord progressions that he makes with it. So without further ado, here he is.
Hey, my name is Charlie from Battl Beats, and I've been working with Your Local Musician to create an amazing guitar sample pack for you called Anthology Electric Guitar Edition. This pack has over 2,000 individual chords in every key, played in two different ways. There's a downstrum and a pluck. We have also included over 100 guitar loops and stems that we've both created from scratch, and an additional 20 chord progressions. Take a listen to this beat I created earlier with chord progression 20 included in this pack. Sounds good, right? It is so easy to make music with this pack, and the creative possibilities are endless. I am now going to show you how easy it is to make a beat with this pack. Firstly, I'm going to create a chord progression and then I will build a beat around it. Let's start cooking up. Alright, so we're in the studio now. We've got a few chords loaded up. I've actually taken all the individual chords that I used to create chord progression 6, which is in the key of B, and I've loaded all the chords in and I've put them in the places where they are, and I'm just going to show you how I arrange them and what I do to make the chord progressions fit without any interference or anything like that. And it will work in any DAW as well. It's not just Logic Pro, so hopefully that can put some of you at rest. So we are in the key of B, and I have taken the E chord, the G sharp minor chord, the F sharp minor chord, and I've also doubled that up. So if you hear in chord progression 6, it sounds like this. Alright, it's sounding amazing. I'm already getting the inspiration going. Right, now let me play all the chords together that are just raw with no processing, straight from the pack. So you may have heard there that there was like this eerie, out of tune sound that just sounded horrible, and that's because the chords are overlapping here. So what I did is I zoomed right into the chords and I peeled some of it back like that, and then I went to the next chord and I just trimmed it just like that. So now the chord sounds good. But you heard a pop there, so what I like to do is I just add a little fade in on each one at about 10 on each one, and you notice that I clip some of the bit at the start, and I think the reason why we let a little bit of a gap before we hit the note was just because we wanted to avoid clicks and pops so you guys didn't have to deal with them, and it just made it smoother, because sometimes when you hit a guitar chord you don't always hit it on the one, it might come in slightly earlier, so that's why we did that. And if I just go ahead and do that for all the chords, so you can see there that that's coming slightly before, but if I trim it, it will sound really nice. And because it's the F sharp again, we can just load that up there. Alright, next I'm just going to fade them all in. I'm just doing all three at the same time here. And let's have a listen, see if it sounds good. And one thing to note is, are they all the same volume? Because we might need to check the individual chord volumes, so when we bounce it out in place, it's a cohesive, lovely sounding chord progression. So all I did there was just turn the G sharp down a little bit, and there was no clicks and pops, which was fantastic. So now I'm going to bounce it in place. Chord progression, new. Okay, here we go. We've got the chord progression. Sounds great, sounds great. So what we'll do now is we'll just get rid of all of them because we don't need it, and now we've got the new chord progression. So we're in 80 BPM, and I love making chiller lo-fi music, so we're going to make this into a chill lo-fi beat today. However, the beat that I showed you earlier has got a little bit of a trap vibe to it, so you can really make all sorts of things with this chord pack, which is why it is just such a vital tool that every producer needs in their arsenal. I play guitar myself, but I know I'm going to come back to these chords because it just saves time, it's creative, and some of the chords you just don't think of straight away, which is why this pack is just amazing. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add in just some pads in the background. Okay, now we'll add some drums. Let's record some kick and snare. Okay, what I want to do now is I want to get the chords and I want to put them through this lo-fi amp simulation that I made, which is just super cool. Okay, now let's bring in the bass. Alright, let's add a lead section in. Alright, it looks like we've got the full beat piece together, so now what I'll do is I'll go ahead and arrange it, I'll mix it, and then I'll play you the finished product at the end.
God's plan. God's plan.